What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about a media buying concept called front loading your ad account. This should help you and your media team execute your media plan to the highest capable outcome. So what is the concept of front loading your ad account? Front loading your ad account is simply the idea of having more campaigns ready at the beginning of the month than you think you may need to execute your media plan. The idea is launching a bunch of things at the beginning of the month so you can get your campaigns through the learning phase, find the golden nuggets that are going to actually earn spend under your cost controls, and be able to vertically scale those campaigns with efficient ad dollars behind them. All about being proactive and actually ensuring you're going to get the spend that you need at the specific efficiency targets you need to execute your media plan. You're also going to have a significant amount of expected spend slated at the beginning of the month in your media plan. Actually more spend than you think you're going to need to be spending on a daily basis. I understand that I need to spend X amount by the end of the month, and I need to hit a specific financial target by the end of the month as well. Let's say that we're trying to spend $41,000 at a 1.3 return on ad spend. Totally making this up right now. Look at all of the current campaigns that you have rolling over from the previous month into the new month. You should actually do this exercise. Make sure that you look at every single campaign in Facebook ads and estimate how much you think it can spend on a daily basis at the return that you need. Maybe there are some campaigns that are actually overspending and not getting you the return on ad spend that you need. Now, what you should do is sum up the estimated daily spend for all of these campaigns that are going to be hitting your desired ROAS, which we are saying is a 1.3 return on ad spend. Now, if you multiply that estimated daily spend by 31 or 30 or however many days are in that specific month you're forecasting, you now have an estimated amount of spend that all of your current campaigns running in your Facebook ad account can hit your desired ROAS target. Going into the new month, you're going to want to make sure that you have enough spend slated behind a bunch of new campaigns and new ad concepts to test that you think will be able to fill that spend gap with the proper return on ad spend that you need to hit your goals. What you should do is give a conservative estimate of all of these new concepts that are slated to launch and try to make sure that you have enough estimated spend behind these campaigns that can fill that spend gap. And to reel it back into the concept of front loading your ad account, launch as many new concepts with the proper daily budget and your cost control target that you need to hit your financial outcome across all of these different campaigns, and see how much spend you get from each of these new concepts. Once all of these new campaigns start to actually get spend behind them, then you can get an idea and estimated daily spend of all of those new concepts that you've launched. And then you can see if that truly does fill the gap between all of the new concepts and the old concepts that you had launched. This is so important when you first launch a bunch of new campaigns, because you have a lot of instability in your ad account. You have no idea how much these campaigns are going to spend on a daily basis, don't know what the CPA is likely to be once it averages out over the attribution window, and also stabilizes once it exits the learning phase. And you also frankly have no idea how much these campaigns are going to spend underneath their cost controls. Maybe some of these campaigns do spend but aren't hitting your target CPA because the AOV is too low, so you need to tighten up your cost cap in order to get the specific return on ad spend that you need. That will in turn also lower the daily spend expectation from that campaign. So besides filling the spend gap for your financial target, why is front loading the ad account such an important idea? You don't know how much daily spend is going to be coming from these campaigns, and they're likely going to have an unstable CPA because they're not through the learning phase. The faster you can find new concepts that are going to earn spend under your cost control, the faster you can hopefully find those golden nuggets or the golden eggs and winning ad creatives that you can then vertically scale up, get through the learning phase, and then have a much more stable ad account faster into the month. Maybe some of these campaigns actually aren't hitting the right financial outcome that you need because maybe the AOV is too low in relation to your cost cap, and you need to actually tighten up your cost cap, raising the roof of your return on ad spend on that campaign. The idea here is as fast as possible in the month, find your new winning ad creatives that are going to be able to spend and hit the specific return on ad spend that you need to hit your media plan. This is much better than scrambling in the middle of the month when you're behind on spend and you need to launch a bunch of new campaigns because nothing is spending at the proper efficiency target. So now you're behind on spend and efficiency, and then you're launching 10 new campaigns, which you didn't launch at the beginning of the month. Now you have an unstable ad account in the middle of the month, not through the learning phase, not getting the proper spend you need, and not hitting the proper efficiency target. It's really difficult to course correct in the middle of the month. month. And that's why front loading the ad account at the beginning of the month and launching as many new creatives as possible to find those new winning ads to then vertically scale and feel confident in your daily spend and efficiency is so important. And it's the number one thing that I think about when looking at a Meta ad account at the very beginning of the month. Hey, do I have enough ammunition? And what I mean there is enough creative assets in order to execute this media plan. Do I think that we're going to make it? If not, how many new creatives do I think I need to launch early on in the month to then fill that gap and execute my media plan? And to be really specific about how I actually execute this, I launch every single new creative concept as its own CBO campaign with one ad set in it. I set the proper daily budget based on the formula, your CPA times your 50 conversion events that you need in a week. So CPA times 50 divided by 7. That's your daily budget for every single campaign at the campaign level. You also set your cost cap based on the actual AOV expectation for that campaign. Usually you should look at the MSRP price for that specific campaign, and we're having SKU specific campaigns here. So every campaign should have a predictable average order value, and you want to set your CPA such a way that it will get the return on ad spend you need. And that's simply your average order value you're expecting from the campaign divided by your CPA should equal the return on ad spend that you need. If your cost caps don't spend, that's totally fine, but you don't want to get frustrated and raise your cost cap or run everything on highest volume, because that is a really good way to run yourself into the ground where all of those campaigns that weren't spending are now spending inefficient ad dollars and you're actually burning budget. Yes, maybe you do end up hitting your spend target, but if you don't hit your return on ad spend, you may as well have not burned that money, because that's an even better way to make sure that you don't execute your media plan properly. You should not be willing to spend inefficient ad dollars unless that is actually intended and part of the media plan. And just as a little review and to wrap up this concept, front loading your ad account is simply the idea of having more campaigns ready at the beginning of the month than you think you may need to execute your media plan. The idea is launching a bunch of things at the beginning of the month so you can get your campaigns through the learning phase, find the golden nuggets that are going to actually earn spend under your cost controls, and be able to vertically scale those campaigns with efficient ad dollars behind them. All about being proactive and actually ensuring you're going to get the spend that you need at the specific efficiency targets you need to execute your media plan. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure that you stick around by hitting that subscribe button. I'll be making new videos every single week, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.